Hello, learners. I am Parikshit Saikia, and welcome to this very exciting session on Unacademy Catalyst. This is gonna be part two of the complex decision-making caselets, with just a few days, or if I may say, just a few hours remaining for your XAT 2023 exam. It is essential that we spend this last few hours with some really amazing decision-making caselets. I keep telling my students, quants, VRC takes some time, takes some effort, right, to actually be amongst the toppers in your XAT. But decision making with minimum effort, you can actually be a topper with easily scoring 98, 99 plus percentile. Today's class is going to be awesome. You're going to enjoy it. We're going to solve some amazing caselets. So let's get started. Okay, first things first. CAT 2022 toppers. Now, this is a slide I keep showing you every time. And I tell you, I'm really proud to show you this slide because 75 plus of our learners have scored 99 plus percentile in CAT 2022 and 110 plus learners have scored 98 plus percentile. These are our list of toppers. And yeah, the 0 to Genit batch, right? If you're a CAT 2023 aspirant, started on January 5th. So if you wish to become a topper and have your name in the Hall of Fame, do enroll with us and subscribe to Unacademy Plus. Remember the big offer running? It ends on January 6th. Okay, the offer ends on January 6th, wherein you are getting flat 23% off on all subscription plans. Flat 23% off. Why 23%? Because it's CAT 2023, right? So remember the offer ends on January 6th. So before that, please enroll if you wish to using the code Parikshit Live. If you use the code Parikshit Live, you will get maximum discounts. That's one part. And most importantly, you will get free mentorship from my side. What is free mentorship? So for those of you who join Plus using the code Parikshit Live, you will get mentorship beyond your class hours. So at any point of time, you have a query, you have a doubt, you can connect with me one-on-one over a call to get your query resolved. But the mentorship only available for students joining Plus using the code Parikshit Live. Let's start. Okay, upcoming YouTube sessions. I must tell you the upcoming schedule. Okay, so today is January 5th, January 6th, which is Friday. Again, 10 p.m. we are gonna do that XAT decision making. Okay, 10 p.m. we are gonna do XAT decision making part 3. XAT decision making part 3. Jan 7, there'll be two classes. One class, Jan 7, which is a Saturday. I'm going to take one class at 5 p.m. 5 p.m. and where we are going to talk about all about IIM Ranchi. Some of you might not have got very good percentiles, but you know what? You still might get a call from IIM Ranchi. So what about IIM Ranchi? It's placement, it's fee structure, it's interview process, everything that you need to know about IIM Ranchi, exclusive Jan 7th, Saturday at 5 p.m. Okay, chalo, let's get started. Good evening to all of you. Good evening, Nanlal. Good evening. Chalo, let's start. First caselet on your screen. 2 minutes, all yours. 2 minutes, all yours. Give it a try. Interesting caselet. Picked up some of the best caselets for today and a lot of learning coming up. A lot of learnings. You get the answer, you type the answer in the YouTube comments. Okay. चेक करो आंसर आ रहा है क्या. Read it carefully. I have so people who are joining for the first time, or if you are even if you are joining me for the nth time, doesn't matter. It's an easy caselet, and I follow a three-step process. Okay, to solve all my questions, wherein you can get the answers with a lot of confidence. The three-step process we are going to learn it again today. Some of you might already be knowing it because you might have attended some of my previous classes. Summarize, pre-think, and then go to the options. That's the simple three-step process. Read it carefully. Moment you get the answer, you type the answer. This is from the XAT 2019 paper. XAT 2019 paper. Hi Laksh, good evening. किसी का अगर आंसर आ जाता है तो प्लीज टाइप करना. Once you get the answer, just type it, okay? Summarize करना, pre-think करना. Be very careful because these are, you know what? बहुत होता है ना कि बहुत मन करेगा देख के कि आंसर टिक कर दे. But remember, it's all about getting it correct. So try to eliminate four answers. Only then you will say that the fifth one is correct. Try to eliminate four answers, four options with solid reasoning. Okay, anyone? Shall we do it together in the interest of time? Okay, let's do it together in the interest of time. Let's do it together. Please concentrate. Gonna be my turn. Let's start. The public relations department of an organization has spent only 4 crores of its allotted 16 crores on publicity. There are 2 months left in the financial year. Okay, I see people marking option 4. The cooler tells me option 4. Nallal tells me option 4. Fine, we'll check. Due to shortage of officers, the assistant director operations has been given an additional charge of publicity. Okay. Because of its other commitments, he is unable to find time to undertake tasks such as baseline study, ascertaining communication needs, testing proposed messages and media channels, deciding optimum periodicity, measuring impact, etc. Okay. He also argues spending the rest of the budget is unnecessary because their regular programs are already widely known. His boss, the director, however, feels that only by utilizing the entire budget can a similar amount be demanded the next year. He also thinks that there is nothing like enough publicity. Which of these is the best course of action for the department? Now think about it. Let's summarize. That's always our step one. Without looking at the passage, what is the summary? The summary is there is a guy who has a lot of budget, okay? Lot of budget which he has to spend on publicity, okay? On publicity, on probably on ads, on marketing. But the thing is, he doesn't have the time. And that's not his duty. Why? He's some assistant director, but then he's doing a part-time thing. I mean, part-time in the sense that's an additional responsibility to publicize. Now, his boss thinks, the guy thinks that spending the entire money is not necessary, but boss thinks something else. Boss is thinking that, you know what, you should spend the entire money because otherwise next year you might not get the money again. The government might say that you can't even spend the budget, so why should I give you so much? Okay, that's what the boss is thinking. Now think about it. What should be the best course of action for this guy? What should be the best course of action for this guy? I have not read the answers. What I'm going to do, I am going to do a pre-thinking. I am going to do a pre-thinking where I'm trying to think what should we do. Remember, only 2 months are left. Only 2 months are left. Remember, he has spent only 4 crores out of the 16 and only 2 months are left. And this guy is unable to find time. So if that's the case, he should take help of someone. Remember, what should I do? I cannot just spend the money like that. Without study, can I just spend the money anywhere I want? That will be a wastage of money. So do you think it's an entire organization? So don't you think someone should help this guy do some study where he can spend the money? Yes. So I would say take help. Okay, take help and understand areas to spend money. Understand areas to spend money. To spend money. Someone might say, so why take help? Because the guy is overburdened, he's overloaded, right? And remember, he's an assistant director of operations and he has been given additional charge of publicity. So he doesn't have an option, right? He has to take help and understand areas to spend money rather than just spending money anywhere he wants. That's my pre-thought. Let's start. Option one, read the advertisement, repeat the advertisement done so far 3 times over and thus exhaust the entire amount. That's foolish, right? Whatever you have done previously, they are saying just repeat it and spend the money. That's so foolish. Why will someone do that? Option one cannot be your answer. Option two, rely on the operational experience of the director and the assistant director and start spending the optimal amount right away. Again, as a manager, you don't do just because someone is saying. You don't do based on someone else's experience. These are guidelines. Remember, I keep giving you these guidelines, not just for this answer, but for any question you get in the XAT. A manager will never make a decision just because someone else has made. A manager will never pass on the buck. Buck means you make the decision. Option two is telling that the manager should rely on the experience of the director. That will never ever happen in the XAT. You as a decision maker got to make the decision yourself. Option two is incorrect. Option three, surrender the budget right away so it can be utilized, will not be an answer. Why? Because the passage clearly tells you that the director feels that the entire budget should be utilized. Why? Because otherwise next year you might not get the budget. People might say that government might say you did not even spend last year, so why should I give you budget again this year? And again, the author is saying there is nothing like enough publicity. So the author himself is giving you points. Point three cannot be your answer. Point four, hire a specialized external agency which will study the gaps and needs within a fortnight and follow its recommendations. Good. See this? It's a specialized external agency. So they have the required expertise. If they have the required expertise, they come back to you with suggestions and you can easily implement them. It doesn't require your time because you don't have time. Option four is a very good option, but I'm not going to take it unless I read all the options. Option five, request higher authorities to reallocate the remaining amount. That will again be foolish. Why will you reallocate the amount, right? Option 5 also cannot be your answer. Answer is option. I think it's an easy one. Any doubt in this? I see people also giving me answer option 4. That's really good. So the cooler, Nanlal, Shubi. Good. Good. Keep it up. Chalo, let's go to the next one. Any doubt on this? Clear? Chalo, let's go to the next one. Number 2 on your screen. Take a minute, 1 minute or 90 seconds and give me an answer. 90 seconds and get me an answer. You get the answer, you type the answer. Moment you get the answer, type the answer. आ गया? मैं तो कमेंट्स देख रहा हूँ यूट्यूब में, अभी तक कोई आंसर दिया नहीं है. Which of these would justify a larger utilization of the advertising budget? Anyone with the answers? Okay. Avinaba is saying option 3. Okay. Nanlal is saying option 3. Option 3. Okay, we'll check. So some of you are saying option 3. I don't know if that's the answer. We will check. What about others? What about others? Any other answer? Shubi is saying option 2. Okay. Shubhi is saying option 2. Any other answer? Any other answer? Any other answer? I see two answers till now. I see two answers till now. Any other answer? Okay. Let's read it together then. Let's read it together. Okay. Which of these new developments, if true, would justify a larger utilization of the advertising budget? More money should be spent on advertising. Which of these do you think would actually justify that more money should be spent on advertising? I have not read the options, but let's do some pre-thinking. What is pre-thinking? I try to think about some answer without looking at the options. Why would you want to spend more on advertisements? So if you ask me, I want to spend more on advertisements when I believe that people do not know the benefits of some product. People are unaware of some product. Will you agree? Why will I do an advertisement? I will do an advertisement because people might not be aware of a product and you want to make the more people aware of it. Will you agree? Will you agree? So advertisements, ads needed mostly because people might not be aware of something, because people might not be aware of something, might not be aware of something. What is the question? Question is saying you want to spend more on advertisements. Why? You want to spend because you believe that people might not be aware of something, right? That is, I would say that is to increase awareness. Will you agree? That is to increase awareness. So if you want to increase awareness about something, you probably will go for an ad. That's the best way. Okay, that's my pre-thinking. I don't know if that's even there in the answer options. But let's start. People have given me two answers, option 2 and option 3. Fine, let's start. Number 1. Advertising agencies have announced a 25% reduction in rates. Do you think you should spend more money just because someone is giving you discounts? Will a manager do that? I know that you and I probably, when you get discounts, we buy, instead of one shirt, we might go and buy two shirts. But as a manager of an organization, will you spend more just because someone is giving you discounts? That's not what a manager will do, right? That's not what a sensible person would do. Option 1 definitely is not yours, right? 2 and 3 will come back. Let's go to 4. Number 4. The findings of a baseline study on assessing communication needs are now available. Some study is available. Findings of some study is available. Findings of a study and deciding how much to spend on advertisements. Do you think are related? Right? It's not related. It's not saying that the study is telling you to spend more. No, right? They are saying some finding of a study is available, but that does not justify why I should spend more on advertisements. Point 4 is irrelevant, cannot be managed. 5. A new assistant director has been posted to exclusively look after publicity. So what? If a new person comes, do you think that you should spend more on advertisement just because a new person has joined the organization in the department? Again, 5 has no connection. So every time you should be able to come down to two options, at least two options. If you're doing that, you're doing a good job, right? 1, 4 and 5 are nowhere related. 2 and 3 may say, ek answer hoga. Which one should be the answer? Option 2 says, an internal committee of the organization has made a strong recommendation to improve service delivery. So someone is telling you, a committee is telling you that you should be improving your delivery services. So someone is saying, Flipkart, you know what? Please improve your delivery. It's taking too long to deliver a product. So someone has come out with a recommendation to improve delivery. That's point number 2. I'm not very sure if this can be an answer, to be honest, because it's talking about advertisements. Question is about advertisements, and 2 is not connected to advertisements. We will check. Number 3. The organization has approved a new major scheme for immediate implementation. Think about it. It's a new scheme. It's a major scheme. It's a new scheme. It's a major scheme, and it has to be implemented immediately. So if it's a new scheme, if it's a major scheme, and if it has to be implemented immediately, people are not aware of it. People would not be aware of it. You got to sanitize people. You got to make them aware what the scheme is all about. And because of which, you probably would want to spend more on advertisements. Awesome. Among 2 and 3, 3 definitely is a very strong reason. Answer is option 3. ये तो करते ही रहते, राइट? मोदी जी करता ही है, Kejriwal karta hi hai. Anything, any major policy they come out with, they put ads on newspapers. And the question is, why do they put ads? Because they have come up with something new and they want the people to know about it. As simple as that. Answer is option 3. Are we clear on this? Are we clear on this? Any doubt that you have and wish to ask? Any doubt? People who have marked option 2, do you get the mistake? Yes? Chalo. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one. Okay. Another one from the XAT 2019 paper. Take 2 minutes and try to get me an answer. Take 2 minutes and try to get me an answer. Okay. 2 minutes, all yours. This is also from the XAT 2019 paper. Read it carefully. Read the passage carefully. Read it carefully, summarize it, pre-think, and then mark the option, okay? Take your time. Take your time. Try to pre-think the answer before you look at the options, before you look at the points. Try to think about yourself. Kya kare? Naman is saying option 5. Okay. So Naman is saying option 5. We'll have to check. We'll have to check. I don't know the answer. We'll have to check. So someone is saying in YouTube comments it's option 5. Okay. We'll have to check whether option 5 is correct. I don't know. We'll check. Others, any other answer? Any other answer? Any other answer? Read it carefully, summarize करो, pre-think करो, take your time. ये बहुत ही tempting है. You know what to tempt? Very tempting that कुछ मन में आ रहा है, immediately take. Just hold on. Ask your brain if you're marking the correct answer. Reason it out. That's very important. The cooler says option 5. Ritik says option 5. Okay. A lot of people saying option 5. I'm just keeping a mark of it. Many of you are saying option 5. We will check. Any other answer? Another 20 seconds before I start solving. Another 20 seconds before I start solving. Nanlal is also saying option 5. Okay. People seem to agree on one option. Whether it's correct or wrong, we'll check. Shreya is also saying option 5. Fine. Let's do it together. Let's do it together. In the interest of time, let's do it together. Please concentrate. Gonna be my turn. Sanchit Group of Hospitals seeks to improve the success rate and patient satisfaction rate by 100% in the next year. Okay. Success rate and patient satisfaction rate. However, the management can't afford to send doctors for professional development outside the country, nor afford purchasing more equipment. Okay. Okay. We'll check. Okay. Someone is asking question. We'll check. Okay. Rajvi will answer that at the end of the class. Okay. As an in-house measure, the managing board thought of having doctors with high patient satisfaction to mentor those with less. Okay. Most of the doctors found it an interference by the management, judgmental, and an expression of distrust. Okay. There were, however, some isolated few who found it a novel way of learning from each other. The doctors felt the management should instead focus, should increase consultancy phase and spend more on recruiting more paramedics. Paramedics are like nurses, compounders, who could spend time with patients rather than blame doctors, and decided to call it quits. For the management, this would mean loss of patience. Quite a lengthy paragraph. Never ever try to read the question without summarizing what you have read. So let's try to summarize. So there is a hospital. The hospital has two objectives. What are the two objectives? A, improve the success rate, probably of the treatments, right? You want to improve the success rate. And second, patient satisfaction rate. ये दो objectives था. Now the problem is the hospital does not have too much of money to send the doctors abroad for any training as such. Training for what? Training to improve the success rate and training to improve patient satisfaction rate. It cannot send them abroad. So what it can do is it has found an alternate way. What is that alternate way? It is asking doctors with very good feedbacks that you know what, they should train and mentor doctors who do not have such great feedbacks. Now, this causes a lot of resentment because many doctors feel that the management is interfering by unnecessarily creating all these programs within the hospital. Some doctors, however, appreciate the program. Nevertheless, some doctors left the organization because this program they did not like it. And for the management, if doctors are leaving, you know what? It means a loss of patience. Why? Because many a times I visit the hospital, not because of the hospital, but because of the doctor. So tomorrow, if the doctor is not there, I might not even go to that hospital, right? So I think you get a summarized view of the passage. Passage is a new program was introduced where senior and more doctors who are more good feedback mentor those with less feedback, and this is causing a lot of resentment. That's the problem statement, right? Question is, then they are saying consider the following actions. So I never read the pointers first. I will never read the pointers first. I'll just come to what is being asked in the question first. Which of the following sequence of actions is most appropriate for the hospital administration in achieving their goal? Remember the goal. Most appropriate goal is success rate and patient satisfaction rate. Patient satisfaction rate. So most appropriate to least appropriate, you got to determine the sequence of the top three. How do I know top three? Answer has option as top three. Most appropriate to least appropriate. So think about it. I think the best way would be figure out what is going wrong. Figure out why the doctors are not liking it. Right? That's my pre-thinking. My pre-thinking is doctors are quitting. Right? Why? Because of this program. So figure out what is going wrong with the program. What is going wrong with the program, right? So probably evaluate the current program. Evaluate the current program. Why? Because you want to understand what is going wrong. Why are doctors quitting, right? Something must be wrong with the program. So evaluate the current program, find out its shortcomings, and then remove the shortcomings. I think that's my pre-thinking. That's why you do what you do, right? Any program, not only for this program. कोई भी अगर नया प्रोग्राम इंट्रोड्यूस करते हो, people are not liking it, so what will be the thing that you will do? You'll study the program, find out what is wrong with the program and how you're going to improve it. As simple as that. That's my pre-thought. With that pre-thought in mind, let's get started. Option 1, point number 1, conduct a survey of all stakeholders and ascertain their needs and suggestions. That's a good point. Doctors are quitting, so there must be something wrong with the program. So you conduct a survey. What is going wrong? Point 1 seems good. Remember, for me, the best way would be I'll try to eliminate out of the 5 options has only 3. I got to eliminate 2. So first I'll try to eliminate those 2. 1 is definitely a good point. Number 2, build consensus among doctors and paramedics on a possible way forward. Consensus, remember, for the program to be successful, doctors and nurses, paramedics are nurses, nothing but nurses and compounders, right? They have to be on board. If they are not on board, the program will not be successful. And hence, you want to build some consensus among them. It's a good point. I don't know whether it's the strongest point, but it's definitely a good point. Point 3, prepare an action plan that details the roadmap along with the financial implementations. Again, a great point. You are preparing an action plan, a roadmap, How do you achieve your objectives? Good point. Not a bad point again. Point 3 is a good point. Point 4. Design differential service packages based on affordability of the patients. Now think about it. You want to have 100% satisfaction rate, 100% satisfaction rate and success rate you want to improve by 100%. Can you do that just by designing programs based on how much people can pay? Think about it. Mukesh Ambani will be able to pay a huge amount. But will it be 100% satisfaction rate improve hoga kya if only Mukesh Ambani gives a good feedback and a poor person does not give a good feedback? So can you design a package based on affordability? No, because your target is to have 100% improvement in the satisfaction rate. That cannot be achieved if you design different packages and base them on how much money one can give. Point 4 is a bad one. Is a bad one. Point 4 definitely got to be eliminated. And if you're eliminating point 4, eliminate all the options which are point 4. So option 1 has got 4, cannot be the answer. Option 3 cannot be the answer. Option 4 cannot be the answer because these 3 had point 4. Awesome. Now I'm boiled down to 2 points, right? 2 points. Next, run a brainstorming session among the leading doctors of the area. Now think about it. The program is among all doctors and nurses and paramedics of the hospital. It is not outside the hospital. So why would you want to conduct a brainstorming session with leading doctors? You will not, right? Why only leading doctors? Remember, the leading doctors are anyway not the ones who are quitting. And they are talking about the leading doctors of the area. So why will you want other doctors who are outside the hospital? Not required. Point 5 also gone. Point 5, if you go out of 2 and 5, option 2 and option 5, only option 2 has got point 5. Remove it. Gone. And you have the answer 1, 2, 3. You do not even have to bother about arranging them. If you are able to eliminate the 2 worst points, automatically you'll get the answer. Answer is option 5. Answer is option 5. Are we clear on this? Are we clear on this? Clear? Any doubt in this? Any doubt in this? Clear, right? Yes? Chalo. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one. Number 4. Okay. Take 90 seconds, all yours. 90 seconds, all yours. Get me an answer. Gautam is asking how complex are these questions. Remember, Gautam, the difficulty level more or less remains the same. It's not going to change. We have done questions over the last 7, 8, 9, 10 years. Do you think suddenly 2023 may difficulty level will change all of a sudden? No, it is going to remain more or less the same. Your thought process matters, Gautam. Your thought process, that's what you need to develop. Questions तो इधर उधर होगा. दो cases easy होगा तो दो cases मुश्किल होगा, दो moderate होगा, right? So the difficulty level will not change. Slightly इधर उधर हो सकते, but it cannot vary. It will never vary. Naman is saying option 1. Naman is saying option 1. Okay, gonna check. We will check. Okay, Shreya is also saying option 1. Okay, gonna check. Gonna check. Nanlal is also saying option 1. Okay. Okay. Okay, people are saying option 1. Any other answer? Any other answer? I have just put a note against 1 because people are saying option 1. We'll check. Any other answer? Ayushi is saying option 3. Okay. Ayushi is saying option 3. नमन बोले कितना अच्छा लगता है अगर सबको एक ही ऑप्शन बोले तो. Okay. Any other answer? Any other answer? Any other answer? और कोई आंसर है? Okay. Let's do it together. Let's do it together. Which of the following decisions is most likely to satisfy all stakeholders? All stakeholders. Now think about it. I'm doing a pre-thinking. First, before I read the options, I'm trying to do a pre-thinking And when I say stakeholders in a hospital, who can be the stakeholders? Who can be the stakeholders in a hospital? Will you agree? It's gonna be the doctors. एक तो doctors होगा. दूसरा paramedics. Paramedics are nothing but the nurses, the ward boys, the compounders, and all. And third is gonna be the patients, right? So they are asking you, tell me a solution or decision which is going to satisfy each one of them. Each one of them should be satisfied. So I think that each one of them will only be satisfied. When will a patient be satisfied? When will a patient be satisfied? A patient will be satisfied if the hospital gives better service. If the hospital gives better service. Will you agree? Better service. If I am providing better healthcare services, I'll be satisfied. And when will the doctor and paramedics be satisfied? They will be satisfied if they are given better work conditions and salary. Better work conditions plus salary. Yes, that's all you need. Better work conditions plus salary. That's it. So any option which captures these three, generally these three agar capture karta hai, so that's gonna be my answer. What are they? Better work conditions, better salary, and better healthcare services, right? That's gonna satisfy the stakeholders. Let's start. Chalo, let's start karte. People have marked 1 and 3, so I'll go with the remaining ones first. Number 2, give 30% discount on medicines purchased from the hospital store. This option 2 probably is going to satisfy maybe the patients. But is it going to satisfy all stakeholders? Is it going to satisfy the doctors and the paramedics? No, option 2 does not satisfy doctors and paramedics. Cannot be answered. Option 4, raise income of doctors and reduce the waiting time of the patients. Is it going to satisfy all stakeholders? No, because the passage also talked about paramedics. Remember, the option also talked about paramedics. So paramedics, the nurses, the compounders, the ward boys, these are also your stakeholders. But option 4 clearly doesn't talk about them. So definitely it misses one stakeholder, hence cannot be answered. Next, allow doctors to choose patients based on income levels, thus profiting both patients and organization. Do you think it will be a good thing? Poor people, if they come and they can't find a doctor, why? Because doctors are choosing patients based on income levels. Do you think it's going to satisfy them? Absolutely not. And this can never happen in a country like India, right? Option 5. 1 and 3 में से एक आंसर होगा. 1 talks about income of increase the salary of doctors and paramedics and the ambience of the hospital. Okay, doctors happy, paramedics happy, and if you increase the make the ambience better, even the patients are gonna feel happy. Good point. Point number 1 looks to be a good point, but I'm not gonna mark it till I read all the options. Number 3, increase the income of doctors and the number of paramedics. Income of doctors, option 3. I see some of you have marked it, but the problem is it ignores patients. Remember, the question clearly says all the stakeholders, and patients are a very important part of the stakeholders. You have completely ignored them. And also, if you read it carefully, right, यहाँ पे भी more paramedics is not solving the problem, right? The doctors feel that the management should instead increase consultancy fees and spend more on recruiting more paramedics. They feel that way. But again, option 3 may the problem is increasing paramedics, doctors fail. But then patients are completely ignored. Option 3 also cannot be your answer. Answer is option. Are we clear on this? Absolutely, Soumya. Ambience of the hospital means healthcare services. Absolutely. Soumya's question is, what does ambience of the hospital means? It means the services that's being provided to the patients, right? Ambience is nothing but the services provided in this case. Yes? Any doubt in this? I'm looking at the YouTube comments. Any doubt in this? Are we clear? Right? So whenever the pre-thinking, I think the pre-thinking is the key out here. नहीं तो ये ना बहुत टेम्पटिंग होता है, देख के लगता है कि खा जाएंगे. होता है ना कि यू गो टू अ प्लेस, अ बुफे, खाना भरा हुआ है, देख के लगेगा कि खा जाओ सब कुछ, बट ऑब्वियसली वंस यू स्टार्ट ईटिंग यू फील दैट सारा नहीं खा पाएंगे. यहाँ पे भी ऐसा ही है, राइट? देख के लगेगा कि आंसर टिक ही कर दे. मोमेंट यू स्टार्ट थिंकिंग, देन यू फील दैट आसान कौन सा, you might get confused, right? So be very careful. Chalo, let's go to the next one. Number 5. So be very careful. If you are very careful, right, you will definitely get them correct. Just be careful. 2 minutes, all yours. You'll get around 21 to 22 questions in decision making. 21 से 22 questions मिलेगा. 21 to 22 questions you will get in decision making. So if you're able to get all of them correct, XLRI Jamshedpur is yours. Provided you clear the cutoffs in the other sections. Naman is saying option 5. Naman is saying option 5. Okay, we'll have to check. We'll have to check. The cooler also tells me option 5. Gonna check. Gonna check. Any other answer? Any other answer? Naman is saying option 5. The cooler tells me option 5. Gonna check. Any other answer? Any other answer? और कोई आंसर है? Ayushi tells me option 5 as well. Okay, gonna check. Gonna check. I have a lot of answers for option 5. Okay, Soumya also tells me option 5. Okay, I think everyone is telling me option 5. Shreya 5. Gautam 5. Fine. Everyone is telling me 5 now. Fine, let's do it together. Given the current situation, which of the following is the most interactive and effective way to increase the learning among paramedics and doctors? Most interactive and effective way to increase learning among the paramedics and doctors. I've not read the option, but definitely my pre-thinking would tell me interactive का मतलब होता है whatever gives me a two-way communication. Two-way communication. Both. It's not just senior people talking. It's not just Modi ji talking, but Modi ji talking, listening, and everyone else talking. That's the most interactive way, right? So any option which talks about two-way interaction, two-way interaction among all participants, two-way interaction among all participants for me would be the most interactive and effective way of communication. I have not read the answer options. But obviously, most interactive way of any two-way communication where everyone participates is going to be the most interactive one. So let's start. Number 1, get doctors and paramedics with high satisfaction rates document their success stories for use of others. There's no interaction out here. Is there any interaction? There is no interaction. Point 1 talks about written notes. It's not interaction. Point 1 is eliminated. Number 2, encourage paramedics and doctors to pursue courses over some platform at their own cost, which shall be partially subsidized after successful completion. Again, it's not interaction. Remember, most interactive bola hai. Over a platform, you pursue courses is definitely not the most interactive way. Most interactive would obviously be face to face, two-way interaction, face to face among everyone present. Point 2, incorrect. Point 3, ask doctors and paramedics with high satisfaction rate to give lectures to others before start of work. We have all faced this in our classes, in our colleges, in our schools. Teacher comes, educator comes, keep talking, and I keep listening. Definitely not the most interactive way, right? Point 3, easily eliminated again. 4, implement professional development standards for staff, linking it with an accountability framework. Again, it could be an effective way. Point 4, you are creating some system where you are creating a framework. Is it effective? Definitely. When it comes to effective, this is very effective. Could be effective or very effective. I don't know. But is it interactive? I doubt. I doubt. Point 4, effective but not interactive. Point 5, create groups of paramedics and doctors to meet every day and discuss their insights and experience of the day. I think the best way, people talk face to face, two-way interaction, everyone participates. Oh, awesome. That's the best way. Answer definitely is option 5. Someone is saying, Soumya is saying, pre-thinking is just great way to answer the DM question. That's it, right? Just need to pre-think. थोड़ा सोच लो. You will not get the exact answer, but at least your brain will give you the direction, right? You cannot get the exact answer. Even God cannot get the exact answer with pre-thinking, but at least it will get you some direction, and based on the direction you'll be able to mark the correct answer. That's very important, right? Chalo, let's go to the next one. Okay, थोड़ा लंबा है, but yeah, read it carefully. This is from the XAT 2019 paper. Read it carefully. 2 minutes, and then I'll go to the questions. 2 minutes, and then I will go to the questions. There are few questions on this. Please read it carefully. 2 minutes, all yours. Read it carefully. थोड़ा लंबा है. You might feel it's an English class. It's a comprehension type, right? It reminds me of probably the RC passages, but it's decision making. Read it carefully, summarize it, then we go to the questions. Summarize करना properly. That may sometimes you will get this lengthy passages, so don't worry. Lengthy passages also mean more questions. Lengthy passages could also mean questions are easy, because many people will just leave these passages just because they're lengthy. Small passages could mean it could be more inference based. Lengthy passages could mean that inference ज़्यादा नहीं होगा because the passage is lamba, is lengthy, right? So it will not be very difficult. Yeah, Naman, I'll go to the questions. I will go to the questions. Has everyone? Anyway, I mean, I will go to the questions, but yeah, people can anyway pause the video. This is YouTube. You can pull it back. You can थोड़ा पीछे लाके तुम वापस देख सकते हो. So I think I'll go to the questions. I will go to the questions. Okay. I hope you have read it. Anyway, I'm going to read it with you. So yeah, let's go to the questions. I hope you have read it. Have you all? Okay, let's go to the questions. Fine. The first question on your screen. Get me an answer. 90 seconds, all yours, or probably 60 seconds. Get me an answer. Which of the following options, if true, would most likely interest Divya to start a franchisee? Interest Divya to start a franchisee. Cooler is saying almost same as 2010 question. Good. I mean, if you get something familiar, then you should get the correct answer. What do you think would be the answer? What do you think would be the answer? Anyone who wants to take a guess on the answers? Naman is saying option 3. Okay. I see someone saying option 3. Okay. I think in the interest of time, we will do this together. Soumya is also saying 3. Laksh is saying 3. Shreya is saying 3. The cooler is saying 3. Lot of threes. Fine. So people are saying option 3. Now, whether it's correct or wrong, we will check. Let's go to the passage. Let's read it together. Let's read it together. Okay, let's start. Divya grew up in a business family in Hyderabad. As a systems engineer, she traveled extensively on business deals and later settled in her in-laws' place in Warangal. Okay. Once during a visit to Thailand, she got to taste some rollover ice cream. Interestingly, a few weeks later, she came across an advertisement from a reputed Bangalore based rollover handcrafted ice cream company calling for expression of interest from potential franchisees. Warangal did not have any quality ice cream parlor. The company wanted the potential franchisees to invest rupees 20 lakhs in 700 square feet space. Profits were to be shared in 3:7 ratio between the company and the franchisee. I see it's a long passage. I can't recall. Okay, I can't recall if I read the entire thing. So what can I do? I'm just gonna be a bit smart. Gonna play on my strengths. Maximum I can recall is one paragraph at a time. So I will try to summarize every paragraph. So the paragraph is, there is the lady. Okay, lady is based out of Hyderabad, or I think Hyderabad or some place. And what happens is that she has visited Thailand once, where he saw some specific ice cream. What is that ice cream? They're given some name called rollover ice cream. I don't know what's a rollover ice cream, but some rollover ice cream she has got to taste when she visited Thailand. Now, when she came back to her hometown, she got an advertisement which says that a rollover ice cream someone wants to start in her hometown, and they are asking people for interest. Interest in what? In owning a franchise. So you become the owner in that place, and you, let's say KFC. So KFC tum khol lo ek, or KFC ka, because you are using the brand name of KFC, you will get take some portion of the profit, and the remaining portion of the profit you're going to give it to the person, the trademark KFC, right? Actual KFC ko dena padega, right? Same logic here. You open a franchisee, or what are the numbers? You cannot summarize them. So you share the profit between yourself and that rollover company. Fine. But and what is that? The company needed 20 lakhs and 700 square feet space. That's the requirement to become a franchisee. Now, this lady, Divya, was excited. That's what the second passage says, second paragraph. Divya was excited, but was wondering if rupees 20 lakhs was too much to invest. Okay, she's worried about the money. Further, she did not have the entire amount and was thinking of taking a loan. She inquired with the rollover franchises and found that a franchisee in Hyderabad has sales revenue varying between 5 and 6 lakhs per month, with the profit margin between 25 to 30%. Divya decided to go. Now, this lady is a bit worried because it requires a lot of money, right? A lot of investment. So she's a bit worried, but finally she makes some inquiries and decides that she will own the franchise. She will open a franchise. Okay. Warangal had three main areas: K, J, and W, Kajipet, Jangaon, and Warangal. All areas were linked by good roads. Kazipat was a business area where most high-end retail formats were located. It was also the education hub of the city. Jangaon, on the other hand, was a growing lower middle class business area, and Warangal was mostly residential. Divya favored Kazipet. Okay, so basically it talks about, what does it talk about? It talks about three areas that lady had got three choices in her hometown, and then the author gives you the benefits or the description of these towns. The first town, they are saying it's business area. Okay, most high end retail. High end matlab rich. All those big brands are located, and also it's the education hub of the country, of the city. The second place they are saying is a lower middle class area, lower middle class. And the third place they are saying is a residential place. So the three areas, they have given you the descriptions. The lady decided to go in the first area. What is the first area? The rich area. What is the rich area? High end retail outlets and education up. So she decides that she will open her outlet there. However, she soon started encountering problems. Okay, now there are some problems. We'll check what are those. Not only was it difficult to obtain space in Kazipad, but property rentals touched 30 to 40 rupees per square feet per month, as against Jangal and Warangal, where it was 15 to 20 rupees per square feet per month. Divya's friend who lived in Jangaon told her that the few brand outlets were opening in Jangaon, and it appeared to be the fastest growing market in Warangal with the highest percentage of teenagers. But Divya was not in favor of Jangaon. She hoped to target college growing crowd of Kazipet. High real estate prices in Kazipet and lower profitability estimate in Jangaon market confused Divya. So there were three places. The first place Divya decided to choose because of the college growing population. College growing population. But the problem she faced in the first place where she decided to open her outlet is rents were very high, very high rent, right? And property rentals were very high, and space was difficult to obtain. Space was difficult to obtain. Though our friend tried to convince her to go to another place, but Divya believed that the first place was good enough. That's the storyline. Someone opening an ice cream parlor was concerned about money, and then she is having problems deciding which place she should start, and finally she decides a place. That's the whole storyline. Are we clear on this? Now you should not be losing it, right? अच्छा से पढ़ाई read किए. It took time, 3-4 minutes, 5 minutes. I mean 4 minutes, good enough. Why? Because there will be 2 to 3 questions based on this. It's so lengthy. The questions तो काफी होगा ना इसमें, right? So read it carefully, and if you are confident about the passage, you can go to the questions. Let's start. First one. Which of the following options is true would most likely interest Divya to start a franchisee? Okay, start a franchisee. Which of the options, if true? Now, okay, now think about it. Let's do a pre-thinking. Think about what is Divya's main concern. What is Divya's main concern? What is making her think twice if she should open a franchisee? What is the passage telling you? Right? She wants to open up a franchisee, but then it says she was wondering if 20 lakhs is too much to invest. 20 lakhs is too much to invest. Right? So if money is not a problem, I think she would invest. So think about it. Which of the following options, if true, would interest Divya to start a franchisee? If money, if investment is not a problem, is not a problem, not a problem. If investment is not a problem, or if you can make money, if you can make money quickly, in that case, you will not think much about whether you should invest. You will go ahead and invest. See here, यहाँ पे you have to invest 20 lakhs. And they are saying revenue is only 5 and 6 lakhs per month. 5 and 6 lakhs per month, and profit is just 25%. 25% profit है, और वो भी तुमको divide करना है between the ice cream shop and the franchisee, right? So money is the problem. 20 lakhs invest भी कर दिया तो कितना जल्दी recover होगा वो भी एक problem है. Someone might say, so 5 and 6 lakhs per month. This is the revenue. This is not the profit. Profit is just 25% of this, and that 25% also has to be shared between 3 in the ratio of 3:7. So either if investment is not a problem, or if you think profit can turn very quickly, you will not think twice. Let's start with that pre-thought. Option 1. Doctors of the area do not consider ice cream to be a major cause of obesity. Again, doctors are not in the movie. In the movie, they are in the story, right? In the story of the movie, doctors were not even there. And doctors were not the problem to Divya. Money is the problem. So definitely option 1 is not your answer. Option 2. A bank is ready to give her a quick loan. Remember, it's not just the investment that mattered. What was the problem? The problem was 15 to 20 rupees per square feet per month. Right? And then high real estate prices, lower profitability. वो सारा problem है. So just giving the money, if someone gives you the money, does it solve the problem? Not really. Not really. So 2 is not a bad option, but again, it just solves one purpose. Someone giving you money. We'll check. 2 might be an answer. We don't know. Option 3, people have marked. We'll check. Option 4. Her friend who runs a restaurant recently in Kazipur is doing good business. Again, I keep telling you, as a manager, you are never going to do something just because someone else is doing it. Can you just copy your competitors? No. You are going to make decisions based on logical reasoning, based on sound business plan. You are never ever going to make a decision just because your friend or someone else is doing it. Never ever in the XAT that will be an answer. Option 4. 5. In recent times, a couple of franchises shut down within months of starting. This is actually scary, frightening. मेरे को तो डर लगेगा ऐसा होगा तो. And question is asking you, it should interest Divya to start a franchisee. So you want something good, not something bad, which will tell her not to open. Option 5 also cannot be your answer. So 2 or 3 में से कौन सा आंसर होगा? 2 is saying loan easily मिल जाएगा. 3 is saying she can charge high prices for ice cream without losing customers. That would mean more profitability. That would mean you can break even faster. Awesome. That should motivate Divya to start a franchisee. Answer is option 3. Answer is option. Are we clear on this? Are we clear on this? Any doubt that you have and wish to ask? Are we clear? Yes? Lot of you got this correct. Good. Can we go to the next one? Can we go to the next one? Yes? Chalo, let's target the next one. Number 7. 90 seconds. All yours. 90 seconds. All yours. Get me an answer. Which of the following is least likely to demotivate Divya? Demotivate. Least likely to demotivate. Least likely to demotivate Divya. Which of the following is least likely to demotivate Divya? Nanlal is saying option 5. Okay, gonna check. Shreya is saying option 5. Gonna check. Gonna check. Naman is saying 5. Ayushi is saying 5. Cooler is saying 5. Wow. People think alike. People think alike. We'll check whether you are correct. People are saying option 5. Is it? Any other answer? Any other answer? Which of the following is least likely to demotivate Divya, the lady? Okay, in the interest of time, we might just do it together. Any other answer? Okay. Least likely to demotivate. Now, pre-think. Do some pre-thinking. I can do only one pre-thinking here. Should not be demotivated. Should not be demotivated. Should not. Least likely to demotivate, right? Means should not be demotivated. Should not be demotivated. Meaning what? You want some good news. Some good news. If you get a good news, you will not be demotivated. If you get a good news, you will not be demotivated. So among the options, you should be looking for a good news. If you get a good news, you will not be demotivated. Let's start. Option 1. Investing a huge amount may not bring expected returns. Scary. Bad news. You put a lot of money and you will not get expected returns. That's a bad news. Option 1 cannot be your answer. You're looking for a good news. Option 2. The bank would insist on loan repayment on a monthly basis. I think again, not a very good news. Option 2 is definitely not a good news because the bank is telling you, you got to return my money on a monthly basis. You got to return my money on a monthly basis for sure, no matter what happens. Not a very good news for this lady. Option 2, eliminate. Option 3, property rentals will soon go up. Oh, rent is going up. Bad news will demotivate me, right? It's a bad news. Point 3 cannot be answered. Point 4. Unlike Hyderabad, people in Kazibad don't seem to like the ice cream. Oh, people not liking ice cream? Bad news. Gonna demotivate me a lot. Option 4 cannot be answered. 5. Rollover franchisee in Hyderabad is making huge profits. Awesome. Other franchisees of ice creams are making huge profit. This is a good news. You would love to hear this. It's going to motivate you. Answer is option 5. Is this the easiest question that has ever come on or in the ZAT? I don't know. It looks like the easiest question. इसमें दिमाग लगाना ही नहीं पड़ा, right? So this question was super easy. Must have been solved by everyone. Let's go to the next one. Okay. 90 seconds, all yours. 90 seconds, all yours. You get the answer, you type the answer. Okay. Laksh tells me 5. Nanlal tells me 5. Ayushi tells me 5. Okay. I see a lot of 5s. Any other answer? I see a lot of 5s. Any other answer? Any other answer? I see a lot of 5s. Any other answer that you think? Shreya is also telling me 5. Okay, gonna check. Any other answer? Okay, let's do it together in the interest of time. What could be the most likely reason for Divya opting for Kaziped? Kaziped. I'm not going to read the answers, but you know what? I'm going to do a pre-thinking. The cooler is saying option 2. The cooler is saying option. So they are saying Kazipad. Why Kazipad? So when I do a pre-thinking, why Kazipad? Why did you choose Kazipad? I don't know why, but definitely something good about Kazipad, right? Do you think your answer should contain something good about Kazipar, right? Obviously, if you have chosen Kazipar, why did you choose Kazipar is the question. Then there must be something good about Kazipar. That should be your answer. Or the other way of thinking could be something bad about the other two locations. Will you agree? Remember, there are three places. So why did you choose Kazipar? Either you give me some good thing about Kazipar, that will be the answer, or you tell me something bad about the other two places. About the other two places. So one of them will be your answer. Either good about Kazipar or something bad about the other two places. ये दोनों में से this has to be an answer. For sure, this has to be an answer. There cannot be a third thing. That's my pre-thinking. Let's start. Spiraling real estate prices in Kazipur. Spiraling matlab high, increasing. Remember, for Kazipur, we need something good. For Kazipur, we need something good. But option 1 is telling something bad about Kazipur. That cannot be the answer. That cannot be the answer. Next. So people have marked, Cooler has also said option 2. So we'll come back to 2 later. 2 and 5 will come back. 3. High percentage of teenagers in Kajipad attracted to rollover ice cream. Teenagers. Okay, not a bad option. It talks something good about Kajipad. Fine. Again, I'm gonna keep this. Not a bad option. It talks something good about Kajipad. 4. High density of population in Warangal and Zangaon. High density. Density मतलब क्या? People are very close by. More people are staying per square feet. Probably it's a small area, but more people are staying in Warangal and Zangaon. Is that a good thing for a shopkeeper or a bad thing? Good thing. If more people are staying in a specific area, if the land is constant, area is constant, more people are there, a shopkeeper might be very happy, must be very happy. Why? More customers, more footfalls. But the problem is, point 4 talks something good about the other two places. Remember, for the other two places, we need something bad. We don't need something good. Point 4 definitely cannot be yours. 5. She felt college going crowd is excited about the latest in ice creams. Okay, good point. It's a good point about Kazi point. Point 5 also, it's a good point. What about 2? No branded outlets is likely to come out in Jangaon in the near future. No branded outlets. Think about it. Is it related? No branded outlet is coming. What has it to do with my ice creams? Remember, it's about ice creams. It's about ice creams. Point 2 is not specific to ice creams. It's saying that no outlets are coming in Jangaon. But why that would make you choose Kazipet? Right. Point 2 is not very specific. Though I see some of you are marked 2, but 2 is not specific. It is not restricting itself to ice creams. And moreover, it talks about Jangon and saying that no branded outlets is coming. It's very far-fetched, not related to this particular ice cream parlor as such. Option 2 also cannot be answered. 2 also cannot be answered. So 3 or 5 में से एक आंसर होगा. 3 क्या बोल रहा है? High percentage of teenagers, and 5 is saying college growing crowd. Both are good options. But if you look at the passage, it clearly tells you that Divya hoped to target the college growing crowd of Kazipet. What did she want? She hoped to target the college growing crowd, and it was the education hub of the city. And the passage is clearly telling you it's the college growing crowd. Teenagers are young kids. That's not what she wanted. She wanted to target the college growing crowd. Hence, Among the two options, why did she choose Kazipet? Because she wanted to target the college growing crowd, which is described by option 5. Answer is option. Are we clear on this? Are we clear on this? Yes? Yes? Awesome. Great. I think we'll stop here. I think we'll stop here. And just to let you know, tomorrow, Friday, 10 p.m., we are going to continue with the third session of complex decision making caselets. Yes, January 6th, it's a Friday, 10 p.m. I know many of you party at 5 Friday, 10 p.m. But remember, with the XAT around the corner, you can skip the parties of one single Friday, and we are going to solve some amazing decision making caselets tomorrow, Jan 6 at 10 p.m. And Saturday, Jan 7, 5 p.m., I'm also going to talk about all about I am Rajiv, because it's just probable that many of you might end up with calls from I am Rajiv. So I'm going to talk all about it. Okay, that's it. Thank you. Thank you so much. If you have not joined my Telegram group, you can join my Telegram group, which is there at the bottom of your screen. And we can always stay connected. You'll never miss a session if you join this Telegram group. Yeah. Okay, folks. Thank you. And I hope you enjoyed the session, right? And yeah, happy learning. See you in my next session. Bye for now.